on the corner there. That is the best kebab shop in town.
Actually is good.
There's a
I
plug.
went
It is
there after
so
you
good.
said,
Yeah?
after you said, yeah. Oh no, I haven't actually been there. Sorry,
It
I
is
went
so good. I will put my life on the line for it.
We're talking finding sponsors of doner kebabs. Life on the line. Life on the line. So, by default, because there was no Premier League games because someone died, the Queen.
there.
Condolences. Kingy, you have to supply the drinks or food again.
As
And what do we
promised.
got? What do we got today?
Pop tops, as promised.
Hot tops.
Blackcurrant.
Apple and blackcurrant. Do they have that seal?
Don't know.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they do.
He's got kids he knows.
Kids, plural.
That counts.
There's a generalisation.
Oh, you take care of
I think you
500
count.
plus
Yeah,
a week.
I think you count as one, don't you?
True.
Yeah, because you would have had one.
Oh, cat. She's a kid. Oh, this is actually going down so well.
That's quality.
Brings back memories. Lunch boxes. So, after a great weekend of brilliant weather, we come to today, which has now cleared up.
Not too bad.
But we had a very wet training session just before. We finished off our training centre, our skills training centre. Kids all had fun.
Yep.
I'm sure. I was nursing a kid that banged his head. Wasn't even one of the players.
It wasn't even
It
one
wasn't
of the
even one of the
players,
players or one of the brothers of the player. He was just running around out there and slipped over and hit his head on a metal grate. Like, he had a shiner.
Where was that?
Just near
Just where the light pole was.
Yeah,
yeah.
he had a massive shiner. Got him an ice pack.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
But yeah, the training centre. How do you think they progressed? They all had fun.
Yeah.
I mean, numbers were low because of the rain.
Yeah.
Scares people off. But
That's to be expected.
do you reckon they had fun? Do you reckon they learned things?
I hope so. I hope they learn things.
Great answer.
And I definitely, and I've talked to you, King, about this before. When we go watch games or when you see games on the weekend, when the season was gone, the season's finished now, you can actually tell the players that do that extra training either with us or they train with other
ones,
clubs. You can actually see them. You can tell which ones do it.
Well, most of the time it's also, I think, coming from a family of football where they just play with their brother or sibling at home
Yep.
a lot.
That's
Yeah.
another thing we've talked about
Yeah.
before. It's
It's always the youngest is better because they've had to get good.
So they
compete.
play-
Yeah,
to
to
play
play
with
with the older
yeah.
brothers and siblings.
But it's not just that. It's also like, if you look at all the kids who are really good at no matter what age group, they all have something similar, which is they just play and practice all the time at home.
Ball at the
Ball at
feet.
the feet, just kick a ball against
Ball
the
at
wall
the
all the time.
Yep, I was like that.
And same, yeah, like it's, and that's and yeah, you can just tell the ones who clearly play at home, kick a ball at home, but also watch the game
Yep.
as well.
Yep. I used to have a squishy ball that I used to bang off the couch, play a little 1-2, down the hallway.
I used to walk around with a tennis
That's
ball
when,
at my feet.
that's when you press out, stop kicking the ball now.
Yeah, that's when it was a hard ball, so they bought me a softball
Yeah.
one.
Beach ball.
Yeah, the beach ball. But
Yeah.
we had the perfect setup in our backyard. So we had a back wall, then we had a window, rose bushes.
So you have to
But
hit
that
the
back
width.
wall was the perfect size of the goal. So if you missed, you were hitting the window and you're getting yelled at. Or it was in the rose bushes and you're getting yelled at. So, yes.
So you just put it in the rose bushes in the window the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. But that's how I learned to get good.
Yeah.
Because it put the fear in God of me to not miss.
Yeah,
And then my brother destroyed those rose bushes, but when he turned 18, he fertilised them better. So, out his window, they grew back. So, yeah, they're still there today. Hey, Mum, Dad, rose bushes are going well.
Shout out.
Shout out. So they knew. But it was perfect. It was just, yeah, we were always playing out back. But yeah, like I said, we can tell which players are in our skills centre, doing our extra training and all that. You can tell the difference. just that
Well, I'd like
extra.
to hope so.
extra
See
work.
him on the Monday.
Yeah, well, like I said, I hope so. Yeah, we are doing something right, hopefully. But yeah, no, it's all good. Goalkeepers, last session for the goalkeepers.
Yeah, they'll say wet weather again. Got them, I think, in a bit of an uncomfortable zone today. I think with a lot of the stuff they were doing, because I think kicking not really the forte for a lot of them. But a lot of them, I think, even just from today, from the first kick to the last kicks, you could see what they were trying to do was different. Getting it right was probably the problem, but from how they were kicking at the start to what they were trying to kick like at the end was probably more correct. But it's just now getting it more consistent and that power behind it. It's more like a chip than an actual kick. But they're still, I think, quite a few of them were starting to get the backspin on the ball.
Yeah.
Footy kicks still have a lot to work on.
Well, that's the thing. There's also like different kinds. You can go for distance, and then you can go for like the
Low.
side volley accurate one.
Yeah.
You know.
So you get like the low one to the feet, or the low one to the chest, or just the high one and no one wins the header. Yeah. Then got sort of. But no, I'd say I think that's definitely something I want to work on a lot more going forward. Next term is them kicking a lot more. I've got them doing a lot more towards the end of the term anyway, with shooting at one another, kicking at one another. I think that's probably helped a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it's
yeah,
like
definitely
generating power.
But then they think now they're strikers. They jump out of goal.
Well, you can generate a lot of power just from shooting anyway, because you've got to shoot past the keeper, so you just got to convert that power and say kick it over the bar instead.
Well, that's it. Don't most keepers think they're strikers?
Yeah, most keepers are good strikers. Because we spend all training sessions shooting at one another.
Yeah, true.
But
And you know where the keeper hates it.
Yeah. Like Kedders
in the
back across
corner.
goal.
Even just hard at their face is a bit scary sometimes. But no, so looking forward to next term and seeing now what I want to work on a lot more as well.
Yep. Cool.
No, I think they're all really enjoying it too. I think a couple of them are picking up sports for next term, which is a bit unfortunate. I've heard a couple of them were saying as well. I know a couple have gone to cricket, so I think a lot of them aren't doing even next year, which is a bit unfortunate. But hopefully a lot of them do come back.
Yeah,
which
we'll
will be
see.
good.
We'll see what happens.
See what the numbers are like.
Yeah, see what the numbers are like. But
It's always a bit harder when it's not soccer season.
Yeah.
But we'll see what numbers show up.
Yep.
No, it's been good.
Cool. Very good. And walking football was on again.
Yep.
For the brave souls
Yeah.
that turned up in the wet. Now, I saw a few of our numbers that turned up the last couple of weeks. They're up here.
Yeah.
Watching.
Because they're all the parents.
So, how'd walking football go?
Yeah, it went well. We had less numbers, obviously, because
Yep.
of the weather. But it was still good. Still free-flowing game.
Yep.
The less numbers made it easier to sort of break through a bit. So it was high-scoring games.
Ah, yes.
But that was good for them to enjoy scoring goals a bit more.
It's good to see the young boys out there that were in our
Yeah.
skills training centre and all that
It's good
stay
to
and
see
play
that,
walking
yeah.
football.
Yeah.
So learning that different aspect of it, that passing more,
Yeah,
and
more
everything like that. So
passing.
yeah, none got cleaned up,
Game.
none slipped over.
No,
No.
it was pretty good.
Heard a lot of laughing.
Yeah. Normally tends to happen.
That's it. Yeah, no, it's great. I love walking football.
Was that the last week? Do we have?
No, we're back on next week.
I can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what Barclay was
I
on.
can do it.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
We're all doing
Let's
walking
get
football
team
next week.
captains.
Might have 2 games going if it blows out. But yeah, no, we'll be doing walking football next week. No skills training centre, no goalkeeping academy. But we've still got the TSP and ATS after, which we might be doing more games with our country week, which leads it into that. So we had our 14
Good
girls
transition.
country week, playing the younger of the TSP and ATS players. It was a bit of a shock because it was our first game as a 14 girls actual playing. Well, we have played the 17 girls before, which we won. But I think the girls just couldn't deal with the pace in the first 20 and the shape. We were missing a few key players, and then that shape as well, where that through ball was going between that centre back and the right back or the left back for a lot of the goals, rebounds. But the ATS and TSP did well. I should have had a penalty, I think.
Oh,
it was a handball.
Big
Right.
shout for a penalty.
Big shout for a penalty, which he even said it was a handball.
Was it ball to hand or hand?
No, no.
Oh, it was stone cold. Stone
But
cold.
I did tell them, there's no referee out there, you have to call your own fouls. And be honest about it.
Street ball.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I love it when they all go, ref, and there's no ref.
Yeah, there's no ref. No ref. But it was good hit out for our girls because I don't think we'll play against a team at Country Week as good as what we did today. And then by the third, we worked our way in and we should have probably got a couple of goals in there. We had a couple of chances, but obviously we rotated both TSP and ATS around a bit and played people out of position, but they got to learn that too in that sense. From the sideline, what did you see in the game?
You pretty much covered all the points. Like from the start, it was clear that the pace had shot to them a little bit. It was that one ball in behind that sort of was the way we scored, or the way they scored their goals, pretty much, that they capitalised on. But then once you guys got your shape a bit more, and we were trying to encourage them to, start to play a bit more instead of just that one ball in behind, and not just utilise just the pace, because you're not always going to be able to do that against every team. So, it was a good game. Good for them to get different positions, understand a bit more, and play a bit of everywhere.
Yep.
I thought it was good for both teams.
And we had Caden, who was delivering the team talk, one of
Yeah.
our senior TSP players. We signed him the role of delivering team talks. How'd he go?
Yeah, he went good.
Yeah? Did
Yeah.
he pick out what he wanted to say and articulate it well, or was it...
Yeah, I think even he'll say he picked out the things that he needed to say well. We were having some conversations and he was talking to me about it, but then articulating some of his points was where I don't think he struggled, but he just needs to he feels he might need to get used to a bit more, like articulating how to say what he wants to say.
Yep.
And to get the other players to understand what he means a bit more. But I thought he went well. He definitely was picking good talking points to talk about anyway.
Yeah. And I think, both me and Terry as well were watching the 14s game, and we had our team talks. We had a whole list of things that we needed to work on, but we had to find out what was our biggest issues, and one was our defensive shape, allowing those easy passes through, those killer passes was the biggest one. Our two defensive midfielders' shape, too much time, they were too far apart and creating gaps. And our biggest one which is in our playing statement, which is when we win that ball, our first pass has to stick. So, and we weren't doing that today. And it was just, we win the ball, you do that effort to win the ball, but then we lose it immediately. So that was the biggest one. And they started doing better at that in the second one, because as soon as they hit that first pass and it sticks, you can build on that and the panic. So, yeah. And you took the older players across, and what were you working on with them?
Just a bit of first touch, a bit of passing. Also did another round of walking football again, just to see if they could just keep the ball.
Goal hanging.
Goal hanging.
Yeah. I think they cheated the system a little bit. But at the same time, smart players.
Smart players.
You gotta
think outside the box.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Whether they got it or not, it's basically, in my opinion, is down to the players to really take it in. They might go, oh, we don't have our regular coach. They might, take it a bit easier, but at the same time, they should also be trying to take it on, because a different coach has a different idea.
Definitely.
But look, overall, it was kind of went the way that I expected it to. But we did sit down for the last 20 of the session.
Yep.
And watched obviously the game. And what I was trying to do was trying to see if they could solve the problem of what was going on.
Yep.
So I was saying, I asked one of them, I was like, oh, well, what's one way of trying to stop the green team from scoring so easily? And then they were like, and then so just trying to give cues is like, oh, well, then they said, oh, we could put a sweeper in. It's like, well, how would you play that sweeper? And then trying to get them to think about why having one system would work more for another.
Yep.
And then also try to get them to work to see if they can figure out player tendencies, which I think individually as a player, if you can work out what your opposite number is doing early enough, well then you'll have a much easier game.
Well, I was trying to tell my players that with our own players, like we had Misha on the right, left.
Yeah,
Every time that she would shift the ball to the right, she was either shooting or crossing.
yeah,
So I needed players in the box. Like,
Yeah.
so I was telling my players that, you know she's doing it, and she does it 9 times out of 10 with success. But you know the next ball is going to go there. When she does that, we've got to be there, right?
yeah.
And that's where we almost got one of the goals from. But yeah, no, it's definitely just reading players and what are their strengths, what are they doing, trusting each other as well.
Yeah.
But then obviously, your opposite number. What are they always doing? What are they favouring? What's their move that they've done twice already to get around me? Yeah.
And that's why,
What
like,
run have they done? Yeah.
the best players in the world will have. Do you know what I reckon? I reckon the best players in the world have only 2 or 3 moves that they do, but they do it so well you can't stop it.
Yeah.
That's the difference, I reckon.
Robin's just cutting on my left.
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah, you know he's going to do it.
Messi.
You're going to cover
Yeah.
his left. You're going to cover his left. He still get there. How do you get there?
Messi
Yeah.
with his feint.
Yeah, exactly right.
Iniesta,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
they all have like 2 or 3 go-to moves, but it's so effective that you can't stop it.
And then you got Ronaldinho that has 50. You just he's magic.
These masters.
Defending Ronaldinho would just be like flipping a coin.
Are you on today or are you not?
You can go that way, you can go that way, you can go that way, you can go that way.
You can go over the top of it.
He's what makes football like great.
Love it. And I love that he played with a smile on his face.
I've never seen him mad like during a game.
That was good.
Seen him serious, he's not mad.
Yeah. But even when he's serious,
It's like,
I reckon when he was serious, he wasn't as effective. It
yeah,
was when he was more relaxed and just enjoying it.
agreed, yeah.
Although that game against Real Madrid, where he absolutely dominated, and then he got the standing ovation.
Standing ovation, yeah.
When you get a standing ovation from like,
From the
away
opposite
crowd,
fans,
you know you're
Rival.
Magic. Yeah, you know it's a magic
Yeah.
thing when that happens.
Alright. So, oh, wait, one more thing. Congratulations to your mum. Retired.
Yeah, it was a big day.
Big send off. Over 700 games. Or
Yeah, I'll
was
say I reckon it's probably more, but
Oof.
it's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
There's not really an efficient tracking, so I think she's just gone off how many years she's played, roughly how many games. But it
it
could even be
Dynamo's
more.
legend. She'll come back.
I think she's a Southwest legend in
Yeah.
general.
She'll put the boots back on somewhere.
Yeah.
Charity game or something.
That's why there was a question mark
Yeah,
on
of
the
course,
retiring
of course,
because
of course.
all it because she'll watch it next year
Yeah.
and she will go,
Coach. Coach.
I think she wants a year off. To be honest, I think they enjoy the travel as well.
Fair enough.
A lot of times this year they didn't meet up in Perth a lot, and then they got to rush back down for soccer.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
No, it's not so. Always sad though.
No, of
because I
course.
never thought she'd ever retire. Thought she'd be one of those people playing till like 60. she still will. Yeah.
She still will.
She'll be like, I'm
Bring it down for
retired.
walking football.
She'll be like, I'm retired playing like what was it? The over.
Masters.
The Masters comp. I was like, I'm retired. I'm like, you're still playing.
He's still playing.
Still
Walking
playing.
football. Walking
Yeah.
football. Then we had the Dynamos Carnival.
Oh, brilliant
The
day.
small-sided carnival.
Brilliant
I was
day.
out there as well with that. That was brilliant. I loved it.
I didn't know we had a mascot.
Ah, you're welcome, bro.
I got a photo with the big dragon. There's too many kids around. I was going to kick it in the nuts, but that's been done before.
The kids would have done it.
Yeah.
Oh man, they were definitely getting a bit handsy on it.
I was like, how many hugs can you do before it crosses the line? Did you even know it was me that was getting a...
Oh, I heard Charlene, and then I heard another voice. I was like, I can have a pretty good guess who this is.
Yeah, we got a photo.
Were you actually talking, or were you just like?
No,
I
that's
didn't
me.
know.
No, that's me.
Oh,
that's
right.
Yeah,
I did not know
that was
that.
me. That was me.
Never heard.
Sorry. Shh. Secrets out.
Mystery person that was in the costume.
Yeah, that was good fun. Good laugh.
Ah, cool. Love it. I love that carnival. It's good. Wraps up the season well for the juniors. So, yeah. Very good.
Into football, eh?
onto the Premier League. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
this
I'm
weekend.
pretty sure it's happening.
Pretty sure, yes, pretty sure. Although they're still in mourning. They got
No,
got 2
I
weeks
heard,
of
I
mourning
heard
or
it got
something.
confirmed. They
So
are
it's been
playing.
confirmed.
I'm pretty sure
Otherwise
I've
it's
seen
going to
it.
be backlogged another
Yeah,
weekend.
I'm-
Kingy will be due for another round.
I might bring food next time.
Uber Eats. Uber Eats.
I'm pretty sure.
Hashtag-
I'm pretty
hashtag
sure it's
Uber
happening.
Might bring kebabs.
So, alright. Starting off with a blockbuster. Relegation scrap. Villa versus Southampton.
You going first or?
Yeah, I'll go first. Villa. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less said the better.
Yeah. I'm probably just gonna go Villa, just off of them being the home team, and hopefully they score some goals.
Sucks missing a round though.
It
because
does.
You've got to sort of go off performances from
I
over
know,
a week
it
ago.
sucks because
Yeah.
we were going to beat less than 10-0.
I'm actually gonna try and keep everything short and sweet and say Villa as well.
Oh my God, Kingy!
Yeah,
Who are you?
I'm gonna back Villa for yeah.
I thought I was in points here.
No, I
Be
think
out in 10
if
minutes.
Villa's gonna start
I
getting
just know.
points, this is the game they want to start getting points on.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah.
Alright. Forest Fulham.
Oh, this will be campaign.
Ooh. When I was
Forest
putting
at
this,
home.
when I was writing this one down, I was just like, it's two both promoted teams. Forest at home is weird because they're quite a good home crowd. Fulham, Mitrovic has been
Mitrovic is on fire.
Oh, he's had time to cool off now.
Yeah,
I feel like a draw for this game. I don't know why. I think Forest at home is hard to really beat, and I think Fulham will struggle a bit in this type of game at Forest. So I'm going to go draw.
I believe that this is another 6-pointer. I would like to say this will also be a draw because both teams just want to win.
Who's the better promoted team?
Yeah.
Oh,
So draw there.
I was thinking draw too, but.
Wait,
No.
if we all go the same, King still has to buy.
Yeah, let's do it for the whole season. The whole season goes. He has to go through.
I'll run out of things to buy.
I'm gonna go Forest win.
Ooh. I'm going to buck the trend and go Fulham for a win.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
Three-way.
I had to take that out of context.
You're up, Pete.
Right. Yep. Wolves versus City.
I feel like we can quick fire.
Let's go.
Quick! We can quick fire.
Speed
this one.
round it.
Alright. Wolves versus City. City definitely had the break, so I reckon City's going to be on fire this game.
Yeah, City. They're gonna be rested.
Yeah, City.
You have to back City.
Alright, Brighton, Crystal Palace. Now, Brighton without...
Then without
I
that,
called it too.
Yeah.
I
didn't think it would be
Why
done
would he go?
that quick.
Neither did
Yeah.
That
I
quick.
didn't think he would go.
I didn't think that was my only thing. I didn't think he would leave. I thought
Oh.
he'd give it the season.
Yeah. But then if at the end of the season,
He wouldn't get it.
there would be
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
big spot. So
But I was like, he's the only manager in the Prem outside the top six that any club would even consider.
I just thought that he'd give it a season and then in the following season he'd be like, look, whoever,
He's
any
interested, yeah.
any big team that wants me, I'll go, sort of thing.
but the thing is as well,
Yeah.
like there could be no big teams
looking for.
looking
Yeah.
like
Who knows?
so.
It's probably and it'll probably be one of those decisions that we'll look back next year and
Did
go,
you-
was that good or not?
Did you see who the interim manager was?
Yes.
Yeah, Lallana.
Yeah, Lallana. What?
Not even their captain.
No. So
Man, like every
yeah.
day, I think I would have backed Brighton for this, but I don't know what to expect with Potter leaving.
Yep.
Being a home game, you would think they would hopefully keep this. I don't think too much would even change. They would still keep the same.
They'll know what they
Know what to do. Because I don't think he really has too much real push on them in terms of.
I think it's more the fact. Now the wind's coming. Rain's coming. The wind's coming. Let's go.
Palace, I'm gonna go.
Here we go.
Yeah, I just think losing the manager was just going to hurt
It's
them
going
too
to be
much.
a big blow.
I think
Long
Palace will
term,
win.
I think short term they might just survive a little, but after a while it's going to start
Nah.
to
I said
really...
Palace.
I know. But Palace have also been good at the start of the season.
Vieira is pretty consistent and he's got him firing, so I'll go say Palace as well.
I'm gonna back Brighton.
I'm going to back a draw.
Oh,
Another one.
Another one.
lots of
Three-way. Alright, Newcastle, Bournemouth. Newcastle on this one. Newcastle at home.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Newcastle.
No three-way.
One way.
Spurs, Leicester.
Spurs.
Yeah, Spurs, Conte ball.
Leicester have
Spurs.
been average.
Shall I look the gate again?
Yeah, you're all good, mate.
Good on you, thanks.
So, yeah, Spurs, me. After this game, Brendan Rodgers will be sacked.
Most likely, yeah.
Should put a bet on that.
And Tuchel will take over.
I don't think he'll. I don't think he'll be in for a job for a while.
What about the player that left Brighton to go to Chelsea?
Yeah, Cucurella.
Cucurella.
Yeah.
It is like
But
that great
it
Potter.
happened the other way as well. Because Gilmore left Chelsea to go to Brighton to play under Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, that's like,
it's happened both ways.
Aubameyang went to Chelsea
Just
To
to
play
to-
with
to-
Tuchel.
and then he came out saying it was great to be playing under him again.
Also, I feel like Trossard would definitely follow him to
Yeah.
Chelsea. As a
So,
next signing.
what do we got? We all good? Yep.
Arsenal,
Spurs, yep. Brentford versus Arsenal.
Be a tough one.
I'm going to go draw.
Big one.
It's a good shout.
Draw on this one.
Good shout.
Brentford have just been playing amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go draw.
Nah, Arsenal will win it. Arsenal will win this.
Yeah, are you going Arsenal?
Yeah, Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm going to go Arsenal too. I feel like
Two-way.
they're going to have to follow up. They can't lose like to United and then lose again or draw. They can't drop points twice like that. They're going to have to.
Alright. It's just Arsenal.
Yeah, that is true, but also I think
I
they have a
mean-
bit of different mentality this year.
Yeah,
But Tony.
nah.
Arsenal
Saliba.
Nah.
He'll have him in his pocket.
and Gabriel.
Everton, West Ham. Battle of the.
It's terrible outside.
It's not been good football from either team.
No, it's the usual ones outside top six that aren't even doing well. It's the ones like in the mid-table that have been doing well this year.
Yeah.
compared. It's been strange. That's my start, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
we went back to you.
They're both so bad at the moment.
Who's the worst?
I'm gonna go draw because it's at Everton's home, and I think they're good for draws at home. They don't win at home, they don't really lose at home, they draw at home. So I'm gonna draw.
I can't remember. Did they draw 2 weeks ago?
They
No,
were
no, they
you
drew.
guys,
Yeah, they drew.
Liverpool.
Yeah, 0-0. Who's worse defensively is the question. Who was most likely to concede more is probably the question. I think,
I think West Ham's been pretty average.
But West Ham has the better strikers.
but
They're
they
not
don't
scoring.
score.
Yeah, they're not
Been
scoring.
Yeah.
But Everton have no strikers.
But
And they're scoring.
They're scoring. Now they've just started scoring at least one or two a game.
Yeah.
And their midfield's looking better.
Their midfield's looking better.
I
From one game.
think this will. I probably should say Everton win, but I think this will be a draw.
I'm gonna do what King is too afraid to do. I'm gonna say Everton.
I'm going to go West Ham.
It's gonna be an interesting weekend. I'm gonna like it.
One person
gonna
can have
shake
eight.
up.
Someone's
Yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
either someone's
None.
gonna do really bad
Yeah.
or someone's gonna do really well.
We might see our first 0. Actually, no, we all went Villa. No,
Well, we could still all get zeros.
Yeah.
not going to happen. Into the two last games, which are going to be very interesting
two best
to watch.
games, I reckon.
United and Leeds. That's the Battle of the Roses, this one.
Yeah.
Always a fiery game. I'm going to go United on this one. In this game.
I'm also gonna go United.
Yeah, we'll keep things sweet. United as well.
I'm gonna back the boys too.
Leeds.
It's hard. It's so hard though because I've seen Leeds turn up to this type of game.
Oh, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
like the Everton-Liverpool game.
But
Yeah.
I think there's a few new lads in the team that are looking forward to this. The experience for them, and they're not going to want to start off this experience with because Things like Martinez coming in, Anthony, even Ericsson, like
You know-
experiencing that derby, this game will be. They don't want to lose that game.
I think like someone like Ten Hag as well. He probably understands the culture of the club, so he'll be really going. These are games you have to win.
Well,
have
look at
to win
them
these
step up
games.
against Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly
Like-
right.
They step up for
Yeah.
the games where
That matter.
they will get killed by the fans if they don't step up for it. So, yeah, United. This one's going to be hard.
All right, last one. Chelsea, Liverpool.
So hard.
Chelsea new manager. Liverpool maybe an outgoing
And-
manager.
He's had time now. He's had at least a week to prep.
He's got the players available. It's just, can he get them playing? Is it going to be too drastic?
Because, honestly, if he'd been there for a while, I rate Potter. I think he's been a good
Harry.
coach. Harry
Potter.
I think he will do really well at Chelsea, personally. But I don't know if he's had enough time to settle in. I think Liverpool, you guys haven't been very convincing for me, like consistently.
Where are you? Where
Got
are you guys?
pumped.
They got pumped in the
Champions League. Pumped. Did you see that defending?
That was woeful.
That was the
That was
worst
the worst
defending
performance
I've ever seen for a professional player.
team. Not even like
No,
I
yeah.
know the one
Yeah.
player you're thinking
Yeah.
of, but even in general, the whole team.
Oh,
That defending was woeful.
it was.
They didn't want to defend.
No.
No. You would think they would get a big boot up the back.
Well, you
for
would
that.
hope so.
But-
Just the highlights alone have gone viral of that defending.
Man, honestly, this is the toughest pick I've had so far out of every week, I reckon. I'll come back.
No, it's
We need to get going.
The orchestra's already all
Fuck,
locked
they
up.
literally stand here. Still deciding where we're going.
Draw. I'm gonna go draw.
A few years later.
Draw.
Draw.
I think Potter will focus defensively first, more than anything.
If I was to say Potter was there at the start of the season and we were playing how we were now, I would 100% have just backed Chelsea.
That's what I mean.
without even
I
looking
would've-
at it. Even with the week, I still think that Potter's probably had enough time
Well,
to get.
New manager vibes.
Exactly right. I think
I still don't think they're
I
good
actually-
enough though.
I
Chelsea's
really
at the
don't.
moment.
I can't lie. I really don't back us in for this game. But out of optimism,
That's why we draw.
I'm gonna say draw as well. Just pure optimism.
I
This
do
is
like it. I am liking this rain though.
I don't. I'm not minding
I
it.
haven't
It's
seen
been alright.
any result happening.
It's gonna be a boring game. Like it's not gonna be a super exciting. Got lots of goals. I reckon it's gonna be like a low scoring, just win type game.
Might be a nil or.
It's gonna, yeah. I mean, a team do not because what if Klopp loses this? Do you reckon he gets?
He's
He'll
put
be
under
on the.
pressure.
He'll be on the block
He's
for
under
sure.
pressure.
If he loses this,
And what was the thing they were saying about him? The 7-season
Seven season
Yeah.
syndrome.
syndrome for Klopp. Like, he
Mourinho's
struggled.
is a 3, and it's apparently pretty
Yeah.
consistent.
Conte's 3 as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty consistent as well. Everyone always makes a joke about it, but then it always happens.
Yeah. So,
I don't see Chelsea, like you said, I don't see their attack doing much. I think he'll have to take a while to get them going.
Gotta remember, Alisson's that good though. Like he is more than capable of winning. Like the Everton game shows.
Yeah.
Well, you've also got now.
but then
You would
they
think they're
defend
starting-
like that.
You've got in England like Trent on Sterling fighting for an English first team spot. You want to hope he
James.
actually tries this time, and then you got James obviously fighting for an English spot.
If we Gareth Southgate, better be looking at this game, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
Anderson.
would have rated Potter
Oh,
as
he's
the
out
English coach.
for another couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Did his hamstring or something.
I'm gonna go draw as well. I can't decide.
I honestly think this is the toughest one so far. This game.
2 bang average form teams.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to get Liverpool.
Making them.
Yeah.
Just to go buck the trend and be different.
If either of them win, I think it'll be Liverpool.
Yeah.
I actually genuinely think.
I
Chelsea
just think
could.
it's the amount of change that Potter will do at Chelsea.
Might be
They
too much.
won't find.
If they click under him,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
will be.
once they
will
click.
be
He needs a few games.
because
Though.
the football he plays under Brighton
Oh,
is
amazing.
amazing. And if you get better players doing it,
Yeah, but you're going from one brand to
Oh,
a
it's a completely different thing
brand,
like,
yeah.
as well. You got egos and
Yeah.
personalities.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where beforehand,
Superstar players.
yeah. Now where before you had Brighton, the players would work their socks off to be good for the manager. These guys are like, I'm on this much, I'm good, mate.
Yeah, and that's what he's got to deal with
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
come from Brighton where the wage bill was probably not even half.
Probably like 50,000 max.
Like it would definitely be a third
Yeah,
of what
crazy.
Chelsea's wage bill is. So he's got to deal with that. And then
And the
then you got those
expectations.
big players, big name players, who look at him and go, "You've come from Brighton."
You want Harry?
You know what I mean? Like,
You'd like to think that his reputation as a manager will help, though.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, but-
much praise he's getting.
yeah, but he's not one of those there yet
Yeah.
coaches. So
Point
This
to
could
prove.
be the job that makes or breaks him as a manager.
I reckon.
It always is though. But
Yeah.
I also feel like he wouldn't struggle to get back into a job, to be honest.
Nah.
Even if he didn't.
But it would be mid-table.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
end up
but
in
it'd be back at
mid-table
like
team.
Yeah.
it'd be back at. I almost reckon if he doesn't succeed, he would almost be back at Brighton.
See
You
who
know what?
Brighton's chasing?
No.
Ange.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, I
did
saw
see
that.
yeah.
I don't think
I don't think he
he'll
would.
be stupid to take it. I feel.
Yeah.
He
At
will
this
go a
stage,
couple
his-
more
I'll be
years.
honest,
A couple more years at Chelsea, Celtic,
That's what I actually
and then
thought.
take a top six.
I actually
His
thought
style,
that Gerrard.
his style is complete opposite to Brighton.
Yeah.
In any way, so like it'd be just a complete.
He would be the next Man City manager
Yeah.
after Pep.
What are the odds on that? What are the odds on
Bank it.
Save this
I think
Save this clip. If it happens, you can all call me the master
idiot.
of predictions.
I reckon if
Call me
I'll
God.
I don't reckon they
I'm gonna
would.
clip it. and
I
put
don't
it
reckon
on
they'd look
Twitter.
at Ange straight away. I don't reckon they would look at Ange straight away. I reckon they would look at like a Pochettino or something like that. If Pep was to leave tomorrow, it would probably be Poch
Oh,
straight off.
Oh,
the-
no.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it would 2 more years, I
If-
reckon.
I reckon it'd be Arteta if he doesn't quite get to the point of where Arsenal want to be, and City come knocking, he would go.
I reckon he would jump. He'll jump back.
Yeah.
He would jump back. But I reckon Ange, he's creating waves in Europe.
in Scotland.
Nah,
In
it's
Europe.
Europe.
Yeah, no, I say they're actually pretty good against Real Madrid too.
Man, they had chances to score,
Yeah.
and like if they put him away, like different story, you know.
So
You're going for points this week.
I ain't going for points.
Oh,
I'm going
oh,
against a lot of.
Gordon Morris buying pop tops this
Alright.
week.
That's my shout next week.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll leave it there.
Yep.
We've been drenched.
Not
Rain
too,
stopped
it's
now.
not too bad though.
It's been beautiful, actually. It's nice.
It was a light drizzle.
Yes. Yes. Fair enough.
Ciao.
Ciao. Oh, how long do you reckon?
50 minutes.
35.